Morning everyone, welcome back to plot 1, or as we're now called, wildlife allotment, after I put the pond in. And yeah, I've got to get on with some jobs. Basically we've had some lovely weather and now's the time to crack on with some other jobs before I start planting more things out in the plot. You can see behind me there, there's a dry stone wall, and you've seen me build that, and there's a hugelkultur bed just behind there. I've got to continue digging that pathway along there, alongside the dry stone wall, and I'm going to turn some of that over behind that dry stone wall section there, some of this pathway, and then some of it I'm going to turn into this section here as well. So that's the next job. I've got a couple of obstacles in the way, as you can see. Got a tree there, and tree stump and some other bits that are coming out from the bank, but I've got to clear a pathway all the way up to underneath those trees there. You can see there's my wildlife pond that I've put in. That's coming on nicely. It's filling up slowly but surely, although we've had a dry spell. A couple of weeks time I hope to get some plants in. So I'll turn you around and show you a bit more detail of what I've been working out and what's next on the agenda. So first of all, I'm going to turn out this section here in front of the path over to here to level out this ground just next to the pond. You see there's a dip there. That's got to be turned over into this section. And then you've got this step up here and the continuation of the pathway alongside the dry stone wall there. Yeah, so this is the job, to actually start turning this over. Now this is the only section I haven't dug out of the whole of my plot, up to about there from here, in the year and a half that I've been having the plot, or a year and 3 months. So this is the next section. I'll bring you back when I've started and done a bit more. So that's that area dug through. This is leveled off a bit, landscaped. Next job is to continue digging this path up here and turning the topsoil over into this terrace bed behind that retaining wall there. Well, welcome back. It's the next morning. Yesterday I managed to get quite a bit of this pathway dug out, about 3 meters along there, and I'm using the topsoil to level out this area here and landscape next to the pond. And also I've put some over the top of this behind this dry stone retaining wall to create another bed at the bottom of the bank. And there I'm going to probably plant some trailing lobelia, aubrietia, other things for summer bedding to trail over that dry stone wall. When it comes to this section here, the bottom of this slope here, there's all sorts of rubble and stuff here. Some of it I put there myself. I'm going to build a retaining natural kind of wall there using thick stakes that I've rescued. You can see them at the back there, and then I'll weave in and out and then make a little retaining wall there and then make the pathway continue up there. I'm pretty sure that's oxygen produced by that one oxygenating plant that I threw in a couple of weeks ago when I filled it with water, and it's beginning to come alive and do its job by the looks of things. But we'll see. I'm a long way off getting the plants yet, but just thought I'd show you a quick update. So I dug up along this section here about 3 meters yesterday. I've got to continue digging that pathway until I meet the roots of this ash tree here, and then I'll have to come up over the ash tree roots. I don't want to damage that. But this bit's quite tricky today. There's the remainder of this rubble slope from the bank, a little hibernaculum I created with some leftover rubble there, and I want to keep that and make a little retaining wall using these stakes from around the plot. Well, there we go. Managed to get these retaining walls done. I've got 2 bits there, one here which is done with stakes, bits of old metal tubing and some branches that I found across the plot, and also this one here with 2 logs that I found across the plot. My last 2 logs that I've made use of to make those 2 little retaining walls. Behind the one on the left we've got some thistle which are going to hopefully flower this year and create some tidbits for the birds in the autumn and winter. And then behind this retaining wall on the right there I've got the hibernaculum that I created earlier in the year. You can just see it there. Lots of rubble underneath there, lots of fallen branches of trees that have come down from above, and lots of brushwood there. And then on top I piled this type 1 aggregate and soil mix on top there, and I think that's created quite a nice little warm hidey hole for birds and mammals and other things to hide away there. I mean, this is not far from the beach from the pond, which is down here. You can just see it there in the left corner, and I'm hopefully going to try and create an escape up to the woodland area in that section. So I'm quite pleased with that, and today I'm going to continue digging that pathway along from here in front of the retaining walls that I've made. So I'll bring you back when I've done a bit more. That's the finished pathway done. Runs in front of that retaining wall to hold the hibernaculum back and the teasels on the left. And you can see I've made a slope, an escape route up to the forest edge, or woodland edge I should say, and all the roots that I've dug up along the pathway, I've made a little mini hibernaculum there, covered it over with branches, soil, etc. And there's an escape route down here from the pond all the way up to that woodland edge, and I'm hoping that's where little mammals and things will escape to when they need to. So the pathway comes in front of the retaining wall there, all the way down there in front of the higher retaining wall, and as you can see I've put some soil behind that retaining wall to grow some trailing lobelia or breccia and bits and bobs and that sort of thing. Might even grow some squash up the bank. And the pathway here goes down a gentle slope, so I can bring the wheelbarrow up if I need to, all the way down beside that dry stone wall. So this is what it looks like from the top of the path, just in front of the compost bays, down the forest of the woodland edge bank there. You can walk all the way down to the terrace beds, or you can take a walk around the wildlife pond there, and there's that extra growing space there that I've created. Well, thanks very much for watching that one, guys. I've enjoyed making that pathway along the south side of the plot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon on the wildlife allotment. Take care, guys. Bye.